Alright, now the story for Captain America Super Soldier is a very forgettable movie tie-in plot. If I can explain it simply, it's this. Captain America goes to this castle, beats up a bunch of Nazis, tries to go and save people, and there you go. There's the story for Captain America. That's really it. You go there, you try to save someone, you beat up Nazis, you try to save the world from this group called the Hydra. You know, Nazis that are evil. You know, wow, we never see Nazis that were evil. You know, I want a game where the Nazis are the good guys. Anyway, there you go. There's the story. It really is. It really is just that. Captain America goes there, beats up Nazis, and saves the world. So anyway, there you go. There's the story. Let's go on to the sound. Alright, now the sound for Captain America Super Soldier was surprisingly really good, to be honest, because I was going to this expecting a very, very, very generic sound design with some okay voice acting and a forgettable soundtrack. The only thing right I was with on that was the soundtrack. The soundtrack was very forgettable. Everything else was surprisingly really good. The voice acting, of course, you have Chris Evans, who actually plays Captain America in here, like he does in the actual movie that's coming out. Here he voices him. Of course, he doesn't actually play him, but he does model the character, so it looks like Chris Evans. It sounds like Chris Evans. It is Chris Evans, except it's not. It's Captain America, or Steve Rogers. But anyway, he does a great job. Everybody else does a good job. I don't know if everybody else is from the movie, but you know, they do a good job nonetheless. And the sound design was surprisingly great because if you don't know, Captain America has that shield, and I will say this, every time you bust a Nazi in the head with that shield, it is very satisfying to hear. When bullets hit the shield, it sounds great. Everything else sounds great too, but the shield is a standout for the sound for me. So overall, the sound is actually really good. Very surprising. Let's go on to the graphics. Alright, now the graphics for Captain America Super Soldier are a mixed bag, I would say. Let's talk about the bad first. The bad is the environments. The environments look very uninspired. You'll be going through the same kind of corridor or hallway or just the same catwalk or something over and over again. And all the vistas that come later on in the game, you'll see some vistas here and there, like big open environments that you could look at and go, wow, look like crap. They really do. The muddy textures definitely don't help that. I thought the environments did not look good, but I will say this. It's a mixed bag because the actual character models are really good. Captain America looks really good. Definitely his shield. His shield looks amazing. Just a little details you can see on his shield. And that's not trying to be specific because, come on, man, you see the shield the whole freaking game because it's on Captain America's back. And, of course, this is a third-person action game, so you definitely see the shield a lot. All the other character models look good. The animations are really good too. So overall, the graphics are definitely a mixed bag. They're not terrible, but the environments definitely hurt it for me. Let's go into the gameplay. Now, the gameplay in Captain America Super Soldier is a straightforward beat-em-up game, really, and it takes a lot from Batman Arkham Asylum, especially its gameplay mechanic, which is pretty much the sticky kind of fighting, where you'll be fighting a whole bunch of guys, and it would like stick to the guy that you're fighting, and then if you move maybe the analog stick to the left, then you'll be fighting the guy to the left of you. And it's very hard to explain, but it's pretty much exactly like how Batman Arkham Asylum was. And you know what? That's not a bad thing to say, really. I mean, it's bad to say that it ripped it off, but it's not bad to say because that gameplay mechanic was great. Here, it's actually really good too. They actually ripped it off with finesse. The gameplay in this game is a lot of fun. The fighting is great. Of course, throughout the game, you actually unlock more abilities and upgrades. Not many in this game, like most games, but in here, you still unlock stuff like you could hurt more people with your shield or something, or you do more damage when you block someone, or something like that. Now, another thing that actually really surprised me about this game is that the game is not all that linear. It's actually somewhat open world because throughout the game, there's 18 chapters, and through all 18 chapters, you'll be going through different environments. And if you want, whenever you want, you can go back to every one of those environments that you've been to. So really, it's not all that linear because if you're on chapter 11, you could go all the way back to where you were in chapter 4, like 4 or something. It's really, really cool. That's another thing it kind of borrowed from Batman Arkham Asylum. Same thing there. You can go back to wherever the hell you were in chapter 2 or something. I don't think Batman didn't do chapters, but still, you get the point. But that was still cool to implement in this game, and they do it right. They definitely do. One thing I do not like, though, is that they don't include a mini-map in this game, so every time you're looking for your objective, you have to pause the game just to look for it. That was kind of annoying. Some other little annoyances with the gameplay is the platforming. The platforming is very, 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 very uninspired. It's really just, you click a button, He starts flipping around doing platforming stuff, and you just have to time your button presses, really. It's kind of like a quick time event, except you have to time it right. And, that's not what I like from platform. I really don't. But overall, this is actually a really good movie game. The gameplay is really fun. The sound is good. The graphics are The story's not that great, but the gameplay is a lot of fun. And the game could actually last you a little while because there's a huge amount of collectibles in this game. And unlike many other games, they're actually very fun to collect. So anyway, there you go. There's my review for Captain America Super Soldier. Might not have been the greatest review, but I got a lot on my mind right now, so deal with it. Anyway, there you go. There's my review for Captain America Super Soldier. Look forward to the review for the movie tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.